All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're popping the hood on artificial intelligence to look at the powerful, accessible engines that are quietly shaping its future. We're going to talk about the top open-source large language models that you really need to know about heading into 2025. So, you hear all the time about the big, flashy AI systems from the huge tech companies, right? But what if I told you the real story, the thing that's truly powering the future of AI, is actually happening somewhere else? We're talking about a revolution that's putting incredible, cutting-edge tools into everyone's hands.
Yep, you guessed it, the answer is open source. And look, to really get a grip on what's out there, we're gonna frame this whole thing as an AI toolbox. Think about it. You've got your all-purpose powerhouses, your super precise instruments, your efficiency experts, and even your community-built kits. All right, let's get that toolbox open.
Okay, so first things first. What do we actually mean when we say open source revolution? Well, it's a massive, fundamental shift in how AI gets made and who gets to use it. Think about it like this. Instead of these models being locked away in some corporate vault, open source means the blueprints are out there for everyone to see. And that changes everything. It means innovation happens at lightning speed because anyone, anywhere can jump in, tinker, and make it better. It's all about transparency, which builds trust, and the community support that creates this amazing, vibrant ecosystem. All right, let's open that toolbox for real now. First up, we've got the all-purpose powerhouses. These are your workhorses. You know, the Swiss Army knives of the AI world. The tools you can use for just about anything. And in this category, there are three big names that are really setting the pace. You've got Meta's Llama 3. Think of it as your solid, dependable base for almost any project. Then there's QN 2.5 from Alibaba, which is a whiz at reasoning and spitting out some seriously complex code. And rounding out the trio is Mr. Large, the ultimate multitasker that can juggle a bunch of advanced jobs at once. Pretty impressive stuff. Let's zoom in on Llama 3 for a second, because it's pretty much become the gold standard in open source. Why? Well, those large parameter sizes mean it just gets language on a much deeper level. But the real game changer here is its extended context window. That means it can remember a huge amount of information, which is why it's the go-to for really heavy-duty tasks, like sifting through massive documents or building chatbots that actually remember what you talked about 5 minutes ago. And since we mentioned it, what is a context window? Simple. It's basically the AI's short-term memory. The bigger the window, the more of the conversation it can hold in its head at one time. And that's what gives you those super coherent, on-point answers. For anything complex, it's an absolutely crucial feature.
Okay, let's pull out the next tray in our toolbox. Now we're moving from the all-arounders to the specialists. If Llama 3 was the Swiss Army knife, these are the scalpels. We're talking about precision instruments built for very specific, very demanding tasks.
So here, each model has a very clear mission. You've got DeepSeek R1, which is an absolute beast when it comes to math and logic, perfect for problems that need hardcore reasoning. Then there's Bloom, a true global citizen that smashes the English-only barrier in AI. And Command R+, which is basically a researcher's best friend, designed to follow incredibly detailed instructions without skipping a beat. But what really makes DeepSeek R1 so special is its transparency. You can ask it to solve a super complicated math problem, and it won't just spit out an answer. No, it'll show you its work, breaking down its logic step by step. And that, right there, is a total game changer for fields like science or finance, where you can't just take the AI's word for it. You have to see the logic. And then you look at Bloom, and its huge advantage is crystal clear language. So many models are just focused on English, right? But Bloom was built from day one to be multilingual. We're talking over 40 languages, and it's not just tacked on, it's part of its DNA. This makes it an absolutely essential tool for any kind of global operation or research. All right, next up in the toolbox, the efficiency experts. I like to think of these as the cordless drills of the AI world. They pack a serious punch, but they're lightweight and don't need to be plugged into a giant wall of servers to get the job done. Maximum performance, minimum resources. And here you see a couple of different flavors of efficiency. Mixtral is all about that cost-to-performance ratio. It gives you the absolute best bang for your buck. But then you have News Air Moves 2, which is just obsessed with speed and being easy to customize for specific jobs like coding. This whole idea brings up a really important term, efficient inference.
Now, inference is just a fancy word for the AI generating a response. So when it's efficient, it means the model can think fast without costing a fortune to run. And that's the secret sauce to getting powerful AI into everyday apps on your phone, not just keeping it locked away in some huge data center.
Okay, for our last tray in the toolbox, we've got the community champions. If the other models were like pro-grade tools you buy off the shelf, think of these more like incredible, high-quality DIY kits. They're built by the community, for the community. It's all about that collaborative, open spirit.
And this category is so cool because it shows you two different sides of that community spirit. You've got Google's Gemma 2, where a huge company is actually giving back a powerful tool to empower developers. But then on the other hand, you have something like GPT-NEO-X from Eleutheri, which is a totally grassroots group of researchers building amazing AI from the ground up completely in the open. And don't get it twisted, the impact here is absolutely massive. Because of their permissive licenses, these models aren't just for playing around. No way. They're being used to build real commercial products, they're pushing the boundaries of academic research, and they're fueling this just explosion of creativity on platforms like Hugging Face. It's this awesome, self-feeding cycle of innovation.
So, we've gone through the whole toolbox, right? We've seen the powerhouses, the specialists, the efficiency experts, and the community champions. So what does it all add up to? What does this mean for what's next? So, what's the big takeaway? It's simple, really. The open source revolution is making AI better, faster, and frankly, more trustworthy for all of us. This culture of openness, it just puts innovation into hyperdrive. The transparency lets us all see what's going on under the hood. And that amazing community support means we're all in this together, building the future with tools that anyone can access and use.
And that all leads us to one last really big question. We've seen the essential AI toolbox for right now, but that toolbox is getting bigger and more specialized every single day. So what new, unbelievable tools are we going to see in there tomorrow? And what new worlds will they help us create? Thanks for joining the Explainer.